let's start with the Ferris game. Playing their place, high intensity. You guys get the job done. What was that atmosphere like? Playing at Ferris.
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable. The Ferris State's been the premier program in the league probably for the last 10, 12 years, and have some national titles in there, a bunch of championships, and to go in there in what both teams knew was a massive game and be able to beat them again, which it's getting to be kind of crazy how often we've won in that gym now. Says a lot about our guys' toughness, and I think the thing it really shows is that big environment feel, I think, is something that helps us more than it hurts us. If it's at home or on the road, I think that energy is something our guys feed off of. And, I really thought we played well. I thought we played well consistently. We had the game in hand most of the way, and to be able to come out and with a resounding win at Ferris is definitely something that very proud of the group for.
And then, Coach, in those high intensity moments, in those big moments, is there a message to a team to kind of keep everybody at a calm level, or is it kind of everybody standing together and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think you got to strike the balance. You want to show some emotion, you want to show some toughness, you want to show some aggression, but you also need to do all of that while staying composed and not letting it impact doing the right things on a possession by possession basis. And I thought we all year really have done a really good job of riding that wave of the right balance of emotion and composure, and I thought we did a great job there. And when you have all their football dudes and they're doing the things they're doing, like I think a lot of teams would either fold or they would try to fight back too hard. I thought we did a good job of just kind of using their energy for our energy.
And then, Coach, fast forward, Lake State on Saturday. Another tough place to play, another tough opponent. I mean, they played you wire to wire the last time, and kind of your thoughts on that match as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I try my best to not lie to our guys about, why we lost or why we're not playing well or why we are playing well. And, the end result of it is we lost because the free throws were 26-3. You can slice or dice that however you want. Maybe it's fair, maybe it's not fair. But when the free throws are 26-3 in a 56 possession game, you're not winning. There's just almost nothing you can do. Now, saying that, other than free throws, we outplayed them by so much that we had chances to win. At the end there, Max misses the front end of a bonus, or one of our 3 free throws, and I thought Dylan had a great look at the end of the game to tie it. I couldn't ask for a better look than Dylan 3 feet from the hoop, and he's made that shot in a lot of big moments, and it was really the first time he's missed it. And he can't get down on himself for that. We'll take that every time. And then, we let up a layup on the other end during the sequence. And so you get those 3 plays back, and, Max makes 2. We get a stop. Dylan makes that. We win the game pretty easily, even with everything that happened, or easily at the end at least. So it's really frustrating. I think there's a bunch of factors. I think our lack of depth. We're only playing 7. I think some of the free throw thing is that we're getting tired, and maybe we're also playing a little less aggressive because we're worried about fouling, which sometimes causes you to foul more. I feel like they did a great job of being really physical with us the whole length of the floor, and we were very good at showing hands and not fouling them, which you'd think would lead to the other way. But what happens is when they get in there deep, now we're fouling, and that leads to 2 free throws, where when they're physical the whole way, that leads to a foul on the ground and no free throws. So, some of it is obviously officiating that I didn't agree with, but some of it is just style, and the way that they fouled was more intelligent than the way we fouled. So I think there's a lot of good takeaways and learning points from that, and not that it's going to take away from any of the frustration, but at the same point, we're in a really good spot still.
And then, Coach, one play that stood out to me in that is Max had a drive, and the call didn't go his way. It was an offensive call. Is there, a way that you talk to your guards or your bigs who are attacking, or is that just kind of the call didn't go his way and keep attacking the way he has?
Yeah, it was a blocking call that was called incorrectly, and he 100% did the right thing. And I think 99 times out of 100 in that circumstance, it's called a block, and it just happened to be that one-off circumstance. Overall, refs do a good job. That call was incorrect, and it was really incorrect if you take the context of how the rest of the game was officiated. So I want Max to make that play every single time. He made the right play, should have put us up 3 with a minute and a half to go. Proud of him for that. We just need to keep being aggressive in those moments.
And then, Coach, moving forward, I mean, you guys are, you get the tie breaks against Ferris now, still top of the conference. It doesn't get any easier here, so you guys just stay the course and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we're first in the conference by 3, and then if you add the tie breaks in, maybe even 3.5 probably, because even Lake State we split with them, and we have the 2-0 against Ferris, and they've already lost to Ferris. So we're in outstanding shape with all that stuff. In the region, it's a little tighter, but we still have a pretty good buffer. I probably a 1 or 2 game lead over everyone in the region. So if you told not only us but any team in the nation right now, hey guys, you're in this spot, we would all take it and run. We might actually be in a better spot than almost anyone in the country just because our region doesn't necessarily have that second team right now. There's a big mix of teams that are pretty equal. So saying all that, you got to balance that. Like, we're in a great spot. If it ended today, everything we ever wanted would happen. It doesn't end today. We have 7 more regular season games to go. If we handle our 7 regular season games the way we want, we will go into the postseason doing things that have never been done at Northern and are rarely done really anywhere. So everything's in front of us. It's all there for the taking, but at this point, we got to take it.
And then, Coach, speaking of some of the 7 games left, Parkside,
Yep.
Northwest, your thoughts on those matchups coming up?
Yeah, I think that's the kind of trick with this whole thing is for considering how good our record is and the fact that our first loss just came and it came in that way on the road to a good team. You'd think we'd be really confident, like, oh yeah, we'll be fine now. But everything has been so close and the league is so even that, like, Parkside, we were really, really fortunate to come out there with a win. I thought they battled, and that was a great basketball game that came down to the last possession. Purdue got up on us. We came back. That one was a little cleaner. I think we got up 12 at least or something. But those 2 games were really, really difficult. And now those 2 teams are frustrated that they lost close ones to us, and they're coming here and going, well, we're just as good as them. And every team now, if they beat us, that's the biggest win of their season. Everybody for the rest of the year. So with that being said, we know it's going to be really, really difficult. And, I think Parkside is, one of the best coach teams in the league. They've given us trouble on offense. They're one of a few teams that have actually held us down on offense. And then, Purdue is very, very talented, can really, really score it. Has beaten Grand Valley at Grand Valley, beat Ferris at home. They have some of the best wins of any team in the entire region. So definitely 2 opponents we're not taking lightly. But at the same time, I'm hoping we respond in the right aggressive manner coming out of Saturday, where we play so well ourselves that hopefully we can take care of business at home.
And then, Coach, the last one, with the success you've already had this season, sometimes there's a lot of noise of, you guys are ranked, you guys beat this team, your record, your things like that. What's the message to the team to kind of stay the course? And, you can't block everything out, but block out as much as you can so you guys can just play your game.
Yeah, I think what we've tried to do for the last 2 years, and I don't know if it's right, and I don't think most people do it, we've kind of embraced it all. Like, we started early in the year talking about the significance of the first games in Texas and how at the end of it, they're going to be region-ranked games, which they both are. And how they're the most important games of our non-conference season because it's 2 region-ranked opponents. And I wanted our guys to feel pressure because of what it would mean for our team at the end of the season. And pretty much consistently throughout, we've tried to feel that pressure and wear that pressure. And I think because we've done it for 2 years now, last year battling, to win the GLIAC and to get in the tournament, to win the GLIAC tournament. And now this year with doing all of those things and then adding in this, hosting the region pressure. Maybe it's a bad strategy to beat Parkside on Thursday, but I think it's a great strategy to go beat Ferris the other day or to go win a NCAA tournament game, which is the ultimate goals are winning in the conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. And we feel like if we can maybe face 1 or 2% of that pressure day in and day out, by the time you actually get in the biggest game, it's just another one of those long strings of the biggest game. And this week coming off of the Lake State loss, I think is now establish itself as the most important week again, because if we can go 2-0, we righted the ship, we're in great shape, we've kind of fixed all our problems, and any hiccups now, that gap is not there anymore. So I think in some ways, we just keep playing in the biggest week of the year, and this week feels no different.